My dear brothers and sisters, welcome once again to few minutes of Catholic doctrine. Today we will be rounding up the sacraments of Christian initiation. Today we will be looking at the sacrament of confirmation and the Eucharist. These two sacraments will conclude the sacraments of Christian initiation. At the very beginning, we understand that these sacraments of Christian initiation, if it is received by an adult, these three sacraments are celebrated at once. The candidate, be it an elder, receives baptism, confirmation, and Holy Communion. But in case of an infant who receives baptism, then later on, the infant, when he or she has grown, will then attain catechesis, doctrine classes, and then receive confirmation and then Holy Communion. Or better still, will receive the two together. Now, when we talk about confirmation, what is the sacrament of confirmation? The sacrament of confirmation is that sacrament which strengthens us and makes us soldiers of Christ. We become soldiers of Christ. It is a sacrament which helps us. We say we receive the Holy Spirit. And in this sacrament of confirmation, the ordinary minister for this sacrament of confirmation is the bishop. Or when the bishop is not available, priest who, in consultation with the bishop, can confirm. Only in consultation with the bishop. In this sacrament of confirmation, when one is confirmed, it is a sign that you are strengthening your faith. By its name, confirmation, you are confirming what you believe in. That you are ready to go out to become a soldier of Christ, to defend the doctrine of the church. Then, when one is being received, the sacrament of confirmation, the bishop calls you by name, or the priest. For example, John, Peter, Mary, be sealed with the Holy Spirit, the gift of the Father. And then he gives you a simple tap, which is called the kiss of peace, or the sign of peace. Then, when we look at the sacrament of the Eucharist, which is better still known as communion, it is the central sacrament in the Catholic Church, Holy Communion. It is celebrated during the Mass. Such a sacrament, when you take it away from the Catholic Church, then the church becomes an organization, because there is no Catholic Church without the sacrament of the Eucharist. The Eucharist is the real presence of Jesus Christ. And in this sacrament, when one receives the sacrament of the Eucharist, it is our daily nourishment. In this sacrament of the Eucharist, we receive the body, the blood, and the divinity of Jesus Christ. In this celebration of the sacrament, we see bread and wine. But this bread and wine, when it is consecrated by the priest, a validly ordained priest or the bishop, when he prays and says the prayer of consecration, the bread and the wine becomes the body and blood of Christ. And that is why, after consecration, even the priest, he genuflects as a sign of reverence, that this is no longer ordinary bread. This is no longer ordinary wine. It is the body and the blood of Christ. And that's why he genuflects to give reverence to it. Therefore, when we look at it as bread and wine, it is only bread and wine in appearance, but in reality, it is the real presence of Jesus Christ. The process of transubstantiation. The substance that we see, the bread and the wine, during consecration, it becomes the body and the blood of Christ through the help of the Holy Spirit. And that's why we talk of transubstantiation, that it is no longer that ordinary bread that we have been seeing. And that's why we talk also of the doctrine of the real presence of Jesus Christ. The sacraments of Christian initiation, baptism, confirmation, and the Eucharist. And in these three sacraments, there are two of them that you receive only once: baptism and confirmation. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we have come to the conclusion of the sacraments of Christian initiation.